During the course of the morning, the tractors that you see and hear in the background will be doing their thing here at Fontaine Training Establishment, North Rand, which is of course where Dean Diedericks used to be the track manager. He now resides in Cape Town and works for Kenilworth Racing and is the general manager of their racecourses. And we caught up with him to find out about the developments at the beautiful, picturesque Durbanville racecourse. Dean, I'm hearing very, very exciting things with regard to the development of Durbanville. Hassan Adams has obviously been very vocal and very actively instrumental in these changes. Tell us, from your perspective as a course manager, exactly what's going on.
So Andrew, a few years ago we made the decision to start looking at upgrading Durbanville. Unfortunately, funds weren't always available, but decision being made by the board this year to commence with the project. The biggest problems we had there were the crossfalls on the track as well as the undulations or corrugations. So Civils 2000 has been tasked with remedying the problems, obviously in consultation with jockeys and trainers and all the stakeholders. We've come up with a plan of action, and so the work has commenced.
Now, if I may say so, having had the privilege of travelling around the world, it doesn't always mean that throwing money at a project gives you the right result. We all know what happened at Maidan, the fact that they've changed surfaces. This is a beautiful racetrack. It's situated in a really picturesque part of the world, and it really has the makings of something terribly exciting.
No, absolutely. Obviously, we as track managers in the Western Cape have been involved with the project. I certainly spend a lot of time there. I assure you that it's going to be brilliant once it's finished. There's not too much in the way of earthworks, so we're not bringing too much material in. The turf that we're removing, it will be replaced, as well as the topsoil that is stockpiled at the moment. Obviously there will be earthworks, sub-layers that need to be sorted out, but really in essence nothing new is going to happen. We're very fortunate that with the project at Durbanville we're certainly going to put in drainage over the entire track. We've had a look at the various options, but certainly we're going to be putting in drainage.
And of course with summer, the light continues till sort of 7:30, even 8 o'clock. You can have beautiful twilight meetings where people can come home from work and still come to the races. I see that is a very big reality.
Yeah, hopefully the protocols as far as African horse sickness and the horses being returned to the training centres will be relaxed. And yeah, I certainly think I've always been a big supporter of putting in lights at Durbanville. Whether that'll happen or not is debatable, but it's a beautiful venue, yes.
In the early days, my very first race meet, I remember distinctly the geography of Scottsville Racecourse, where there were terrible undulations, and now it's a beautiful course with a lovely camber. Doesn't matter how much rain you get there, you can come around that camber smoothly. Is the Durbanville turn going to be cambered?
Yes, absolutely. We're looking at just under 4% at this moment in time. What's going to be nice is that obviously the turn in essence is going to be wider, so the front straight is moving out. The run into the finish will be a lot gentler, so you won't end up with a sharp turn at the finish. Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Dean, from a punter's perspective, when racing goes to Durbanville, there are radical changes in form because it's a completely different track to Kenilworth. But I have a funny feeling that this particular track that you're talking about is going to be a very, very much more form type of track, and that you don't necessarily have to scoot off to the front to have any chance of winning.
No, absolutely. Yeah. One of the reasons why we're doing the work that we're doing is there was always a sort of negative perception of Durbanville. We have the opinion that this will, to a large extent, remove the draw bias that everybody talks about. And I think, yeah, it'll make for fairer racing.
By the very nature of its geography, Durbanville is a known area of great agriculture, wine farms and wheat and all that sort of stuff around there. So my supposition is that the soil is very good there. What's the drainage like?
Andrew, the drainage is not very good, hence the reason why we've decided to install drainage on the entire track. But having said that also, the soils don't really differ too much from Kenilworth, certainly not the summer course. So yes, I think that, like I said, there'll be a major improvement in the track overall.
And I think it's legendary that the entertainment value and the close proximity to the track is quite unique, and it lends itself to a different kind of countrified racing.
No, absolutely. I think my kids will tell you that certainly there's there's attraction to Durbanville from a youngster's point of view. All the nightclubs are there, and obviously that will stand us in good stead going into the future, you know. And I think much the same way that you have Randjiesfontein in Johannesburg.